It's New Thought Talk. I'm the Reverend Steve Walling from the Spiritual Awareness Center located in beautiful downtown Madera. Welcome to the show today. You know, I got to ask you, we're going to start right off. We're going to hit the decks running. Tell me something. And obviously you can't tell me specifically, but you can tell yourself in your mind, and somehow, some way, maybe I'll even know what that is. But are you satisfied with your life today? Are you satisfied with where you're at? Are you satisfied with what's going on? Take a look around. And I don't care where you are in your life. I don't care what you're doing. I can tell you right now, unequivocally, that if you really think about it, you're not satisfied. Even if you've got most of the things around you, you're still looking to grow, to go and get something better in life. And that's not a bad thing. That's actually, I believe and I teach that is the divine presence, the divine urge within us to continuously move forward, to expand the who and what we are in this life expression. Because we were created by a creator, again, this is my belief, that endowed us with all the attributes we need to live an infinitely more wonderful life than most of us do. Our problem is we get caught up in our stuff. We get caught up in society. We get caught up in limitation. We get caught up in the newspaper, the news. We get caught up and caught up and caught up in our caught up. And what are we doing? Most of us, we go through our days. We get up in the morning, we kiss our spouses, our partners, or whatever. We go to work. We go through our work. We come home. Now we might mow the lawn, we may read the newspaper, we may watch the news on TV, watch a show, a couple of comedies, a drama on TV. We call it a night, we go to bed, and the day starts all over again. Some of us may have a more active life. Maybe we've got hobbies, activities. We're out there in the world, maybe doing some running, going to the gym, playing games, golfing, or whatever. Is your golf game what you want it to be? Are you running at a time that you want to run? Are you making all of your goals in the gym? And most of us, the answer to that, once again, is no. But that's not a bad thing. It is our urge within ourselves to create, to be something more and better than what we are. That's probably not news to most of us, but what may be news to some of us is when you came into this expression that we call life, you came in with everything you need to live maximally, to live wonderfully, to fill out your life in all ways, on all days. But most of us don't even begin to realize that in our day-to-day life experience. And that's almost tragic for most of us. We get caught up. And so what I want to talk to you about today is just opening up to a consciousness of, okay, that urge within me is there for a purpose. It's there to move me forward. It's there to lead me into greater things, to do more, to get up off that couch, to put that newspaper away, to turn off the TV, to maybe walk a little bit, maybe live a life just with a little more excitement, a little more adventure. And the thing is, in doing this, we're actually living life more spiritually. We're living life more in connection with our source. We are being more of what we were created to be, and that is divine creative beings experiencing this expression that we call life. So kick back for a minute and just listen to me. One of my heroes was a fellow by the name of Reverend Ike. Reverend Ike was his given name was Frederick Eichenkotter. And Reverend Ike, he started out, he just was a minister, and he built up and he created this small teaching, and then he moved on. And now there is a place in New York that was the church that he built. It's on prime property in New York. It's huge. And Reverend Ike lived an incredibly successful, abundant-filled life. And he used to teach the people that would come to his church that he would say, quote, "You can't lose with the stuff I use." And what he would teach is a consciousness, a reality, a truth of who they are, what they are, and the absolute behind it, the gift that is given, the God that has created us, the divine, the presence, and what our job is. And this is where I really nailed it. Our job is to be receptive, to open up, to realize our truth, to experience our truth. And the more we open up to it, the more we're acceptance of it, the greater it plays out in our life, the greater good we have. And he taught that to generations of people. Not only did he teach it in New York, but he took it around the country. He taught in some of the poorer neighborhoods, that he taught young men how to change their consciousness, to not accept what they were taught in, maybe they grew up in a ghetto and so they were less than, they were the wrong color, they were this, that, and all the excuses that we hear. But he believed and he taught something better. He taught that if they believed in something better, if they focused on something better, if they created a consciousness of achievement and abundance, that they could begin to experience a life full of achievement and abundance. That's incredible. Some people think it's magical. Some people think it's just airy-fairy. The truth is, when you put the principles to work, the principles work. So we're going to come back in a few, and we'll talk more about it. Have a great time in the break, but stay tuned for more.
This segment brought to you by Art Douglas Plumbing Incorporated. For all of your plumbing, heating, and air conditioning needs, call 559-222-5306.
Better Ceramic Tile is a locally owned and operated family business since 1975. They clean ceramic and porcelain tile and aggregate and PebbleTech floors. Call Better Ceramic Tile at 299-2878 or check them out at betterceramictile.com. Marty, the concrete guy, specializes in all types of concrete work. Contact Marty at theconcreteguy.com or call him at 559-718-9952. Located on Avenue 9, Toca Madera Winery's beautiful tasting room overlooks undulating hills covered with majestic vines. A perfect place to taste wine. Call Toca Madera Winery at 474-8286 or visit them on the web at tocamadeirawinery.com.
We are conveniently located across from Bullard High School on North Palm Avenue in Fig Garden. Morales Wellness Dental offers quality-oriented family dental care and service in a personalized and comfortable manner. As you enter our office, you'll always be greeted by our warm, caring dental team and will be invited to relax in our finely appointed lobby. We have 7 patient treatment suites that feature monitors for your in-op entertainment and diagnostic review. Our comfortable hygienist suites are the ideal setting for regular cleanings and checkups. As safety is our utmost priority, all instruments are put through our modern sterilization center. Furthermore, our sedation suite offers you both comfort and peace of mind during advanced dental procedures. And for your privacy, we have 2 separate patient consultation offices. Take the worry out of your next dental visit by calling us today. Experience our commitment to excellence, respect, and honesty at Morales Wellness Dental.
Are you currently shopping for solar? Give Solar Negotiators a call. You see, what they do is they fill downtime at a reduced rate to make sure that you always get the best deal. Don't find out later that you could have bought your solar for thousands of dollars less. Call Solar Negotiators.
If you're looking to go solar with confidence and have someone represent you in this transaction, give Solar Negotiators a call at 844-OWN-SOLAR or visit solarnegotiators.com.
You have sleep questions? Mattressland Sleep Fit has real answers. I feel like people need a map to find their way around some mattress stores.
No, what people actually need is BedFit. It's a diagnostic system that maps your body for you. It measures your height, your weight, your distribution of weight. It actually measures your lumbar curve and how flexible that is, along with a little bit of pain questions, and we're going to find the right fit for you.
The right fit for me?
The right fit for you.
Shouldn't have bought that GPS.
Yeah, it was probably a bad move on your part.
Mattressland Sleep Fit. The right bed, the right experience, the right price.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back. I am the Reverend Steve Walling from the Spiritual Awareness Center located in beautiful downtown Madera. And today I started off asking the question, are you satisfied with where you're at in your life? And I answered that for you by saying more than likely no. And I spoke a little bit about Reverend Ike. You know, Reverend Ike was a powerful teacher of a truth. And the truth is that there is a presence and a power in the universe that is available to you that works for you by working through you as you open yourself up to it. And that the the living the lifestyle of abundance, the living the lifestyle in all ways, in health, in relationship, financially, in your job, in everything you experience, is actually your divine purpose for being here. And as I said in the first segment, Ike used to say, you can't lose with the stuff I use. And what he would teach is a consciousness of opening up to this world, this divineness of abundance. And it starts with one place, it ends with one place, and it lives in one place, and that is in our minds. It is in our minds that we hold our self-worth. It is in our minds where we can change that image. It is in our minds where we can create a different reality for ourselves. And what we first create in our minds, life will ultimately mirror back to us. And that is, people think that that's magic talk sometimes, but it is truth. People that are successful today were successful in their minds before they ever enjoyed success in their lives. They saw the end results. They knew it was theirs. They went in that direction, and they achieved. Life gave back to them what they had. In business, they teach about goals and plannings, and the idea of creating goals and plannings is to create that image in our mind, that target for us to shoot for. And yes, we can work on our goals and we can plan out our days, but the mind is always working. Our mind works 24/7. The body may sleep, but the mind goes on. The heart pumps, the blood flows, we breathe, we dream, everything's going on. The mind is continuously working. What are we feeding our mind? What are we telling our mind? Well, take a look around in your life today, because that is life mirroring back to you what you hold in mind, what you hold in consciousness. So, going back to our opening question, if you don't like, or if you like but you feel that there's so much more that you can experience, isn't it time to get serious, and isn't it time to work on that which you have absolute power, absolute control over, which will absolutely change your life, and that is your mind. A fellow by the name of Wallace Wattles once wrote, he says, "No man can rise to his greatest possible height in talent or soul development unless he has plenty of abundance. For to unfold the soul and to develop that talent, he must have many things to use, and he cannot have these many things unless he has the abundance with which to acquire them." You have goals, you have dreams, you have desires. You want to be spiritual. You want to be more spiritual. Actually, you can't really be more spiritual because you are a spiritual being. But if you want to experience a greater spirituality in your life, having the ability to possibly go to hear speakers, attend places, teachings across the country, fly around the world, or just have that singular place where you can meditate without anybody around. All of these things take a certain level of abundance, a certain level of good in your life, and you have to have the health to enjoy them. So we want to get started with this, and we want to experience this, and we want to use this. And I want to tell you, as you're sitting there right now, as I was teaching this several years ago, I had a young lady that came to me afterwards and said, Rev Steve, I listened to you and I really got angry. And I was a little concerned. I asked, why the anger? And she said, because I don't believe what you're saying, because what you're saying flies in the face of my family's experience. She said, I grew up in a family that were hard workers. They were poor people. They had to work and strive for everything that they got, and they never managed to achieve much. And you're telling me that they could have had more. And I'm telling you, I experienced that life. And I had to tell her, they could have had more. Just like you can have more. It's not about what you're experiencing. It's not about what you tell yourself is limited in the world. It's not about what you tell yourself you can and can't do. As a matter of fact, it's not about what can't be done. It's about what we can do to find out how to get done what it is that we want to do. And this is when we turn to that power within us, that presence, that ever-available goodness, that godness within us, that we can reach into and open up in our minds a pathway of information, of consciousness, and if you will quiet the mind, if you will go to that still, quiet place within, there is something that most people call intuition. I call it God speaking to you. And if you listen, the answers are there. All the answers are there. Everything that you need to move forward with where you're at today. It was Emerson that said, when we make a decision, the universe moves to open all the doors necessary. And it was Victor Hugo that said, there's nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. Well, you are the creator of your ideas. You create that power. You are the creator of your decisions. You make a choice. You say, well, so why am I doing and being what I am? Because as you made this choice today, later in the day you made that choice, and maybe those choices are actually counterproductive to each other. We play a game of consciousness ping pong, where we move our wishes and desires, our lacks and limitations, back and forth, back and forth. And which one's going to win is the one that we give the most energy and the most power to. Isn't it time to give power and energy to the goodness in life, to the greatness in life, and realize that no matter where you're at, no matter what you may want, the world is full of an infinite abundance. If you're in a business position, there's greater business to be had. If you are in a ill health position, there's greater health to be experienced. If you are in a state of poverty, there is wealth to be had. Stop living in a state of conscious poverty, conscious lack, conscious limitation. Open yourself up to the bounty of all good that's available to you. Now, you say, but I don't see it. I don't see it in my life. I get up in the morning and I shuffle to whatever, because you don't believe it. When you do believe it, it's then that you will see it. And those are the great teachings going back to the Greek, Roman philosophers, predating Christianity, predating Judaism. There were people back in the ancient days that, even before they could articulate it, knew that they could be more. They didn't know how, they just knew they could. And as they did, they achieved. And this is the history of the unfoldment of humanity. People that ideas came to them. They moved forward on these ideas. They didn't accept no as being the absolute end-all, be-all. Christopher Columbus didn't stop when he couldn't get ships. He went and he worked till he could get the money to support his voyages. The great explorers, the astronauts that went to the moon. When John Kennedy made his declaration that before the end of the 60s we would put a man on the moon, there was nobody at that time that had any consciousness that we could do it. But he knew it. He believed it, and he set the target, and he put it in consciousness. You can travel to the moon of your life. You can be all that you want to be, but you've got to first begin to embody it in mind. We've got to open that mind up to accepting. We've got to do spring cleaning on all the lack and limitation, all the thoughts of poverty. We've got to accept that there may be more out there than what we are experiencing, and it is available to us. Okay, so here's the deal. Maybe that great big giant bite is more than we can take, because believing is the ultimate goal. It is the ultimate accomplishment that we want to make. So we take little bites to begin with. We take little bites, and we recognize when each of those little bites are consumed and produce good in our lives, we recognize it again. We put it in mind. We put it in our consciousness, and we see that we achieve this much. And if we saw that we can achieve this much, then we can begin to believe that we can achieve that much more. And we begin to move forward and forward and forward and forward. And that's how, when Reverend Ike used to teach his philosophy that he called the science of life. And actually, you can find him on YouTube. A lot of his teaching is still out there. And I highly recommend that you spend some time with him, because even though he's not with us, the teaching is still here. And it's good. And it's good stuff. And it will empower you if you put it into practice in your life. And that's the next step. We make a decision. First thing, we decide that we want more than where we're experiencing. Secondly, we make a commitment. Decision without commitment is really nothing more than just a wish. We decide today, we decide tomorrow, something different. Again, we're not focusing the mind, we're not training the mind. So we make the decision, and then we make the commitment. We don't try to eat the whole big thing in one bite. We commit to every single day doing one little thing consecutively, day in, day out. moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. And then one day, all of a sudden, we realize that we've actually accomplished more than what we thought we had. You know, when I work with people and I counsel people and they talk about putting principles into practice in their lives and to moving forward and to accomplishing things, you know, after a while, sometimes they'll come back to me and they'll go, Rev, Steve, you know, it just doesn't feel like I'm accomplishing anything. And I tell them a little story about the man on the plane that's walking towards the horizon. And it's a vast plain. There's no mountains, there's no clouds in the sky. It's just clear, and there's a horizon. And he doesn't know whether he's making any progress or not until one day he comes across a stick. And he takes that stick and he puts it in the ground so it sticks up. And he continues making his progress. Because as we walk towards the horizon continuously moves as we move. So it's always the same distance out there. So he continues to move and the same distance is out there, and maybe he gets a little discouraged until he looks back. And that stick, he can just barely see the top of it because it's becoming below the horizon that is behind him. And then he realizes the true growth, the true progress, the truth of what he's doing or she's doing and how they're going. So we're going to come back. We'll talk more about it. I'll see you then.
This segment is brought to you by Jonathan Rooker of the Law Office of Nuttall and Coleman. We help good people during tough times. Call 441-0441.
MPS Security, Fresno's premier private security and investigative services. They exceed expectations. Call them at 559-478-7747.
For Italian cuisine, you've grown up knowing that DeCicco's in Clovis has the best. Now, for grown-ups, DeCicco's Lounge at Clovis and 4th in downtown Clovis for your after-work relaxation and all of your special events needs. DeCicco's Clovis Lounge.
The Simonian family has been farming in the valley for 3 generations. Cold weather, drought, or accidents made ag investments risky. In 1951, C.D. Simonian started his own insurance agency to protect valley farmers from the uncertainty of the unknown. For your agricultural insurance needs, call C.D. Simonian Insurance Agency at 559-834-5333 or visit us on the web at cdsimonianinsurance.com. Join us for the AME Food Safety Show on Central Valley Talk. With increasing numbers of people having bacteria and virus health challenges, the program helps people make safe food choices. We give you the best nourishment research and facts and let you decide on your next food decisions. Watch the AME Food Safety Show Saturdays at noon on CentralValleyTalk.com.
In 1985, Larry Korth set out to help his friends, family, and community find affordable ways to buy a home or a business property. 30 years later, Mid-Valley Financial is the premier mortgage banker in the Central Valley. The professional staff at Mid-Valley will find the best mortgage products for your family. Mid-Valley Financial takes great pride in being the Central Valley's local lender. Visit us at midvalleyfinancial.com.
Are you currently shopping for solar? Give Solar Negotiators a call. You see, what they do is they fill downtime at a reduced rate to make sure that you always get the best deal. Don't find out later that you could have bought your solar for thousands of dollars less. Call Solar Negotiators.
If you're looking to go solar with confidence and have someone represent you in this transaction, give Solar Negotiators a call at 844-OWN-SOLAR or visit solarnegotiators.com.
For all of your real estate needs, call Mike Briggs Properties, 559-486-6758, or check us out at MikeBriggsProperties.com.
This segment is brought to you by Michael Robles Voice Actor, a Spanish and English-speaking voice for your business. Check him out at www.michaelroblesactor.com.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back. It's New Thought Talk. I am the Reverend Steve Walling from the Spiritual Awareness Center located in beautiful downtown Madera, and getting focused on the right camera here. We are moving on. It is a great day today. We're talking about, or I'm talking about, creating a different life, not accepting where we're at in this station of life. And I left off with making a decision and a commitment, but I want to kind of backtrack a little bit because both the commitment and the decision originate in the thought process. And if you were with me several weeks ago, I talked about the power of thought to create in our lives. I want to read you something here. It says, thought attracts what is like itself and repels what is unlike. We are drawn towards the things which we mentally image, and most of the inner processes of our thought have been unconscious. But when we understand, then we learn to consciously embody what we wish and think of this only. Think of this only. Think of this exclusively. This is what will become attracted to us. Life will begin to mirror back to us. You know, I said, look around right now. You want to know where your consciousness is, where your trend of thought is? Life is mirroring it back to you. You want to improve it. We got to change our thinking. We're going to start with a decision to change our thinking, a commitment to constantly work on our thinking, to move forward. And what we're working on is changing our self-image. Our self-image no longer works for us when we decide we want something better in our lives. We want a self-image that says, I am greater than I am today. I accept more for myself than I do today, and I will own it right now. And as we do this, and this was one of the core teachings of Reverend Ike. It's one of the core teachings of this philosophy that we call New Thought, that we are each and individually a divine aspect, a creation of God, and God manifests himself, herself, itself through us. And if that's the case, how can I be an impoverished person? If that's the case, how can I accept a life experience of less than this? If that's the case, how can I not be all that I have the potential to be? And I do that because I have limited myself through my ignorance in my thinking. And so we're going to, right now, right here, address that. We're going to look at this, and I want each and every one of you today to state, I am better today than I was yesterday. I will be better tomorrow than I am today. Matter of fact, there is an old Emile Couillet affirmation that goes something like this. Every day, in every way, I am getting better, better, and better. Say it, do it over and over again. Don't accept anything less for yourself, and continue to say it until you begin to embody it at a level of consciousness where you go, yeah, that's right, that's who I am. I am better today than yesterday. And when you begin to believe it, you will see it unfold in your life. You will experience better health. You will experience better riches. You will experience better relationships, better jobs. That thing that you've always wanted to do, if it's truth that you wanted to do it, and you've always said it's impossible for me to do, stop lying to yourself. It's not impossible. It's not about what can't be done. It's about what can be done for you to achieve and accomplish that which you want to accomplish. God is on your side. Spirit is on your side. And if you believe that it is a true desire, then you can also believe that that true desire was put there by the divine urge within you. And if that urge was put within you, then there is a way for you to achieve it. Believe it, and you will see it. It's truth that when people have used this and applied these principles in their lives, they have created, they have accomplished, they have become so much more than what they ever imagined that they could be. They've got more in life than what they have ever imagined that they could have. Now, having said that, I'm not saying that we want to be owned by the material, that we want to worry about the things we've got. What comes to us is a divine expression, and as it passes on, it will be replaced with other greater, better divine expressions. We don't take a breath in and hold it and expect to live. We breathe in and out. The good comes in, we breathe more good back out. There is this consciousness of exchange. Don't fear when things go out. Be blessing it as it goes and knowing that more good will come to you. And in that knowing this, you set up the consciousness of attracting more good. What you think about comes about. What you think about is what life brings to you. What you think about is what you attract. So if you are thinking about the news and all the worry and poverty in the world, turn off the news. If you're thinking about how you don't have whatever it takes to do something, stop thinking about that you don't have. Start thinking about that there is a way it can be done. There are people that achieved more greater things with less than what most of us have, and they never gave a thought that they couldn't do it. They just saw the end result, they held the end result in mind, and the end result unfolded. A decision once made will cause the universe to respond, and doors will open for you that you had no idea were even there. An idea whose time has come is the most powerful thing. And everything, look around you, everything that you can see, touch, feel, once originated as an idea. It didn't exist. And along those lines, everything that you currently believe, you didn't believe at one time. You know, at one time, you were pretty much a possibility thinker. It's a great line from Dr. Robert Schuller. Being a possibility thinker. When you were at that age and you were learning how to walk, you didn't have the skills, you didn't have the coordination, and you didn't have a consciousness that said you couldn't do it. You got up and you went at it again and again and again. And as you went at it again and again, you probably fell. You may have got bruised, you may have got hurt, but you never gave up. You saw other people walking, you had a desire to walk, and you never stopped until you achieved the ability to walk. Life in all of its aspects is no different than that. It's just as we grew up, we grew out of our possibility thinking consciousness. We began to look at other people and think, they've got more than we have. They're better than I am. They're smarter. You don't have to be smart to have an abundant life. You don't have to be beautiful. You don't have to be young. You don't have to be well educated. What you have to do is to have the belief that you see yourself in the place that you want to be, and as you do that, life will unfold for you. And everything that you need at that point will begin to move in your direction, as long as you hold that in consciousness. So be wary of what it is that you hold in consciousness. Don't go thinking, okay, I see myself as abundant. I'm not worthy. I see myself as successful. There's so many blocks. Don't play that game. When this comes up in your mind, refute it, deny it. Even tell yourself that it has no truth. It has no right to exist in your thinking, because your thinking is the thinking of divine purpose. Your thinking is of divine creativeness. Your thinking is of the truth of all that is. You know, when you think about the Creator, it didn't create and then go take a vacation. Creation is ongoing in so many different ways and unfolding in everywhere you look. Every springtime, new things come in, and yet they die and they go away. And it's not the end of the world. We all know that they're coming back because creation is ongoing. And the creation that is available to you is always ongoing. Yes, we're going to have some setbacks. Yes, life comes to us at the speed of life. But yes, we can overcome. Yes, we can transcend. Yes, we can move beyond. But we can't do it if we don't believe it. So we start working on the beliefs. We work on the thoughts. We decide today, decide right here, right now, this is my life as I want it to be. And see it, embody it up here, hold it in your heart, feel the goodness of the warmth on the beach if that's where you want to live, or smell the smells in the mountains of the pine trees and see the snow or whatever. Whatever it is that you want in your life, begin to own it in mind so that you can experience it in your life and never accept anything less than. When you get up in the morning, meet the day head on. Meet it in mind. And this is a habit that we can learn. We meet it in mind, we meet it in good, we meet it in wonder, and we say, yes, thank you for today, because I know today more good is going to unfold in my life for me. I know that today, when I get to the end of the day, I'm going to be that much closer to what it is that I know and I see that I truly am, and what I'm going to experience and express in my life. And as you do that, you begin to shift that mind, you shift the consciousness, you shift your thinking. And it goes from a conscious level to a subjective level, what we call the subconscious mind level. And when it's there, it is there, and at that level, it communicates with the divine. And it is a powerful, powerful tool. And it's a tool that men and women have used to create their lives throughout history. It is something that within the last 100, 200 years, people have begun to realize that there are principles, that when we utilize these principles, and anybody can utilize these principles, they begin to play out in their life in the creative way, and that is available to you. There is what we call a substance, and I'm not going to go into that today, but it responds to thought. There is a divine presence, and it responds to thought. There is divine goodness, and it responds to thought. And there is something within you that we can call God consciousness, Christ consciousness, the divine within, or just my inner beingness. If you happen to have a preference of not wanting to recognize any type of divine presence, there is something within me that recognizes my good, that resonates with me, that when I realize that, I allow it to unfold, just like as the flower unfolds from the bud and the beauty and everything comes out, that is within each and every one of us, and we can avail ourselves to it. So we start, we decide, we commit to doing it, and then we set up something very simple, something that is available to each and every, doesn't cost a dime to begin with. We find an affirmation that we can believe that we can believe, okay? If you can believe that you can believe it, it will become a reality in your life. So maybe it's just a step. If I can only walk a mile, can I believe that I can walk a mile in a step? You bet. So I work that mile in a step until I'm walking a mile in a step, and I can believe I can walk a mile in 3 steps, or a mile in a quarter, and so on and so forth. And as we do this, we grow, our ability to accept our good grows, and with the ability within us to accept our good, we create an expectation of greater good coming to us. Doesn't get any better than that, my friends. And on that note, we're going to take another break, and I'll see you when we come back.
This segment is brought to you by Mike Briggs Properties. The recession's over. It's now safe to sell your home. Call Mike Briggs Properties. For all of your real estate needs, call Mike Briggs Properties, 559-486-6758, or check us out at MikeBriggsProperties.com.
For Italian cuisine, you've grown up knowing that DeCicco's in Clovis has the best. Now, for grown-ups, DeCicco's Lounge at Clovis and 4th in downtown Clovis for your after-work relaxation and all of your special events needs. DeCicco's Clovis Lounge.
Are you currently shopping for solar? Give Solar Negotiators a call. You see, what they do is they fill downtime at a reduced rate to make sure that you always get the best deal. Don't find out later that you could have bought your solar for thousands of dollars less. Call Solar Negotiators.
If you're looking to go solar with confidence and have someone represent you in this transaction, give Solar Negotiators a call at 844-OWN-SOLAR or visit solarnegotiators.com.
Black MP makes up for nutrients lost to filtering, pasteurization, and processing, and it provides the probiotics and humic and fulvic minerals that can lead to optimized functioning of all the body's cells and systems, increased energy levels, and overall enhanced health and well-being. A scoop of Black MP in 16 ounces of water once or twice a day can help you achieve your health and performance goals. For more information, go to our website, blackmp.net, or call us at 559-799-9879.
You have sleep questions? Mattressland Sleep Fit has real answers. I feel like people need a map to find their way around some mattress stores.
No, what people actually need is BedFit. It's a diagnostic system that maps your body for you. It measures your height, your weight, your distribution of weight. It actually measures your lumbar curve and how flexible that is, along with a little bit of pain questions, and we're going to find the right fit for you.
The right fit for me?
The right fit for you.
Shouldn't have bought that GPS.
Yeah, it was probably a bad move on your part.
Mattress Land Sleep Fit. The right bed, the right experience, the right price.
You enter this door with expired tags. Beyond is another dimension, a dimension of regulations, a dimension of long waits. You have reached the registration zone. What looks like an ordinary shop is actually Mitchell Smog, located in the heart of the Tower District, a few minutes from the DMV. Mitchell Smog offers your vehicle a STAR-certified smog inspection. So remember Mitchell Smog when you need to pass through the registration zone.
In 1985, Larry Korth set out to help his friends, family, and community find affordable ways to buy a home or a business property. 30 years later, Mid-Valley Financial is the premier mortgage banker in the Central Valley. The professional staff at Mid-Valley will find the best mortgage products for your family. Mid-Valley Financial takes great pride in being the Central Valley's local lender. Visit us at midvalleyfinancial.com.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Welcome back. New Thought Talk. I am the Reverend Steve Walling from the Spiritual Awareness Center located in beautiful downtown Madera. And today we're talking about changing our life, about the fact that probably not most any of us are truly satisfied with where we sit today. Even if we sit in wonderful spots, there's always an urge to improve, to grow, to become more. But remember, you always, every moment of our life, are at choice. None of us can live a choiceless life. And it is in the choices we make that we have the power that we have. And we teach, I teach, Reverend Ike, as I mentioned earlier, he taught that if you take these principles of self-awareness, acceptance, and improvement, creating a greater image, a greater reality within your mind of the truth of who you are, that you will succeed, you will achieve, and you will create more in your life. You will become confident, you will become abundant in any area that you choose to move forward to. And the truth be told, as a divine being having a physical expression that we call life, don't focus on just one area. Because as you do, there are other areas, other abilities, other truths that are available to you that really have a need to be expressed through you. So open yourself up. If you are an intellectual, if you're a techie, get outside, go learn to hike or swim or camp or whatever. If you're a very successful businessman, take time for your spiritual life. Never, never, never neglect the spiritual aspect of you. The mental health aspect of all these things, when we incorporate them together, allows us to be and express in so many different ways. And you can find places that teach this type of teaching. You can go to YouTube and look up the New Thought Talk with Rev Steve shows. There's a lot of teachings there that are available to you. You can, if you're a Facebooker, you can find New Thought Talk with Reverend Steve. You can show up at one of the New Thought churches or centers, the Centers for Spiritual Living, the Unity churches, the Divine Science churches. You can contact me. I am available to you via email. If you go to the webpage for the center that I am the senior minister of, it is the Spiritual Awareness Center in Madera. You can Google us and find us. There is a link there for emailing me. And I do respond to the emails that come in. And I get some wonderful people that have contacted me, sometimes for prayer treatment, sometimes for working with them, creating abundance in their lives. And you can also, there you can find, we have an audio archive of many of our Sunday lessons. And all of this is available to you if you are willing to take the step to move forward, to make yourself available to the good that is available to you. In other words, to increase your acceptance, to increase your ability to realize a greater truth in your life, you will begin to experience a greater life. You and you alone are the captain of your ship. You and you alone are the decision maker in your life. You and you alone are the one that will not accept what's going on as being the absolute, but look forward to seeing and achieving so much better. You know, there is a world of incredibleness that is available to each and every one of us. You know, our job is to open our eyes, to open our beliefs, and to begin to experience it. And it's there. So, you know, reach out to me. I'm happy to work with you. And you can reach out to the center. There's many other ministers that you know, through the New Thought organizations that you can find. But the Spiritual Awareness Center in Madera, that is my spiritual home. You can find me there. And you know, if you happen to be coming through the California Central Valley on Sunday, we meet at 10:30, and we welcome anybody and everybody that comes through the door, and we always have a good time. We have a very loving congregation. Madera is a beautiful place to be. The Central Valley is wonderful. We're just north of Fresno. We're just outside the Yosemite National Park, and we're there for you. Even if you're across the country, I am there for you if you want to make me there for you. And that's the key. Decision. We have to make a decision. We're always a choice. Makes no difference whether you want to choose or don't want to choose. You will choose. So why not make the choice, make the decision for you. Today, right now, I am, and I am better, and I will be better, and I am experiencing better, and I will accept nothing less than better for me. Even if it's just this much better than it was yesterday, it's better. I'll declare it, I'll know it, I'll own it, and in doing so, I create a foundation of betterment for myself. I will commit each and every day to doing something, to thinking something, to reading something, to experiencing something that is better than what I did yesterday, and I won't accept the end of the day until I have done just that. And if some days you may slip or whatever, don't go to negativity. Don't say, I can't do this. Don't beat yourself up. Just lovingly embrace the fact that I've been in old habits, and I'm breaking those old habits. By recommitting today, I'm going to move forward. And that may be your one point in that day of moving forward. Accept it as being true, being good, and being you. You are beautiful just the way you are, because God made you. Maybe your life experience is not what it wants. Maybe you live in less than this. How many people over the years have come from abject poverty to create a life of extreme abundance? How many people have come out of environments where spirituality was maybe repressed or put down to become great spiritual leaders? How many people have become leaders out of environments where they were taught you can't? Their world is full of these people. Examples are out there. And find these examples. They're there. If you have a computer, there's people like Nick Vucic, and you can look him up. He is an incredible example of someone who has embraced a self-image of complete openness to all that's available to him. And in doing so, this young man who was born with a condition that allowed him not to have arms and legs has created a vast empire of good. He's got a beautiful family. We have people that have moved from nowhere to upper level business. We have people that have come from a world of being stuck mired in the ego world and stuff, that have become great spiritual beings and leaders. The truth is there for you to discover, but you are the one that has to do the discovery. You are the one that has to make the step. And how wonderful is that? I mean, that's what we teach. These are the principles. I am the power within my life. You can say that with me. I am the power within my life. I am the power within my life. I am consciousness, and I am able to move on. Yes, life comes at us at the speed of life. But no, we don't have to accept what it throws at us in the way we experience it. We don't have to buy in to less than this. We may have to experience temporary setbacks, but if we always remember that the sun arises every morning, even though it sets in the evening, We can know that the sun of God's love, of consciousness, is always arriving and always dawning in our day, no matter what time, what part of the day is. Our good is always available to us as we avail ourselves to it. God is love, and love is the experience that we have in life, and never, ever lose that thought from your heart or your mind. There is a goodness out there, and we can avail ourselves of that goodness. Sometimes I get so caught up, and I'm going to go back to the young lady that I referred to in the beginning of my talk. Don't let your family's experience be the bondage that holds you back. Just because dad didn't make it or mom didn't make it doesn't mean that we have to honor them by being less than, doesn't mean that they were bad or ignorant people. It just means that was their life experience, and it was perfect. But there is a greater life experience that is available to you, and that is your perfection, if you choose to do it. Don't accept limitation. Don't accept defining yourself by events of the past. Don't define yourself by how other people have defined you. Define yourself as the divine has defined you. You are my son, my daughter, and I am proud of you. I have given you the gifts of life, and I provide for you all that is necessary to living abundantly. That is you. That is your life. That is God's good. That is God's creation. Never, ever accept anything less. You know, if you buy a ticket to go to a concert and the artist doesn't show up, do you just walk away from the money you invested? You have an expectation to get your money back. Don't go to life and because something didn't show up, just walk away. Don't accept less. Accept the good. Accept the divineness. Be all that you can be. In order to live life with all that you have to live, you have a need to be successful. You have a need to be healthy. You have a need to be abundant, because the things to live life fully, they cost money, they take time, and they are available to you, and you can avail yourself to it. And I think that's pretty much it for today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I say, you can find us on the internet, the YouTubes. You can also go to New Thought Talk or newthoughtlibrary.com, and you can find a connection to a center near you. You can go to newthoughtlibrary.com and find books to read. There is so much wealth, so much good available out there to be shared with you, and there is not limitation in the world. There is only abundance, but you got to know it, you got to own it. Blessings, my friends. May the light of God surround you. May the love of God enfold you. May the power of God protect you, and the presence of God watch over you, because wherever you are, truly, God is there, and all is well. Blessings. Have a great week. Have great abundance.
This segment brought to you by Tioga Sequoia Brewery. Central Valley Talk is fueled by Tioga Sequoia Brewery in downtown Fresno.
Red Point Property Services will help you become a real estate investor. We buy houses for cash, repair, and sell them. We help people gain 10 to 20% on their investment. We also help families achieve the dream of home ownership. Visit redpointpropertyservices.com.
We are conveniently located across from Bullard High School on North Palm Avenue in Fig Garden. Morales Wellness Dental offers quality-oriented family dental care and service in a personalized and comfortable manner. As you enter our office, you'll always be greeted by our warm, caring dental team and will be invited to relax in our finely appointed lobby. We have 7 patient treatment suites that feature monitors for your in-op entertainment and diagnostic review. Our comfortable hygienist suites are the ideal setting for regular cleans and checkups. As safety is our utmost priority, all instruments are put through our modern sterilization center. Furthermore, our sedation suite offers you both comfort and peace of mind during advanced dental procedures. And for your privacy, we have 2 separate patient consultation offices. Take the worry out of your next dental visit by calling us today. Experience our commitment to excellence, respect, and honesty at Morales Wellness Dental.
The Simonian family has been farming in the valley for 3 generations. Cold weather, drought, or accidents made ag investments risky. In 1951, C.D. Simonian started his own insurance agency to protect valley farmers from the uncertainty of the unknown. For your agricultural insurance needs, call C.D. Simonian Insurance Agency at 559-834-5333 or visit us on the web at cdsimonianinsurance.com. For all of your real estate needs, call Mike Briggs Properties, 559-486-6758, or check us out at MikeBriggsProperties.com.
You enter this door with expired tags. Beyond is another dimension, a dimension of regulations, a dimension of long waits. You have reached the registration zone. What looks like an ordinary shop is actually Mitchell Smog, located in the heart of the Tower District, a few minutes from the DMV. Mitchell Smog offers your vehicle a STAR-certified smog inspection. So remember Mitchell Smog when you need to pass through the registration zone.
Viewers of Central Valley Talk, what is your home worth? The experienced agents at Mike Briggs Properties are offering a free property valuation if you mention Central Valley Talk. Find the value of your property for free. Call Mike Briggs Properties at 486-6758. Mention Central Valley Talk. Mike Briggs Properties, 486-6758.
CentralValleyTalk.com